One thing about me is I love to eat food, good food especially, hence why I love gardening. One of my weak suits, however, is being able to cook the food. I don't mind cooking, but it's something that I need to get better at. So today I'm gonna have a crack at making some basil pesto sauce with all this basil I've got in my garden. So let's get into it. So the plants in this garden bed have been coming to the end of their season. However, there are some really good plants still going. So we've got basil here popping off, starting to go to flower, which is because here in Australia, we are approaching the winter months, which is not good for basil. Basil loves warmth and those summer months. So one cool moment I've had in the garden recently is, as I've been trying to improve the soil as much as I can by adding lots of compost and keeping plants in the ground, is I've always kind of had this scarcity mindset with gardening, as in I've felt like there hasn't been enough food to go around for my sisters and my mum and dad, and I've always kind of been a bit reserved with how much food I give away. But recently, with improving the soil, I've had more than enough food to give away. Like this basil here, I've been amazed at how much has grown. I'm honestly running out of friends to give it to, so if you guys are nearby and want some basil, drop a comment. So the point I was trying to make before was, I've realized recently that gardens are supposed to be a place of abundance. You should have so much food to give away to others and share the abundance with your friends and family. And I feel like it shouldn't be this reserved system of just keeping everything to yourself. I think you should share it with everyone. That's the whole point of gardening, from what I understand. And so improving the soil in my garden has actually been a really cool thing to just see how much abundance has come out of it. One thing I've also been thinking about in the garden is how much of the nutrients are affected from when you pick the food to when you eat it. If any of you guys know much about that, I'd love if you could drop a comment and let me know, because I'm planning on freezing this pesto to basically just have enough that we can eat throughout the next few months. But I wonder how the nutrients in that will be affected compared to just picking it fresh like this and eating it pretty much straight away. Okay, first things first, nuts. The recipe says to put them on a tray and put them in the oven. Don't forget to wash your basil leaves. So I put the nuts in the oven for about 5 minutes at 180 degrees. And there they are, looking absolutely crisp and delicious. Yum. And I got this really sick shot of the basil going in the blender. And here go the pine nuts. Also, if any of you guys have any experience growing pine nuts, I would love to know what it's been like, because I absolutely love them and they are delicious. And there goes the basil. I think I used roughly 6 or 7 cups of basil, and obviously gave them a wash just to make sure there were no insects or dirt on it. And here's the garlic that I used, just minced garlic. I wanted to get fresh stuff, but didn't have the chance to go to the shops, so this will do. And here's the parmesan I used. I was also amazed at how much actually goes into pesto sauce. I was kind of expecting a sprinkle, but it ended up being nearly 2 blocks. And I couldn't find any good parmesan options at Coles and Woolies. They were very limited in what they had. I was kind of expecting some grass-fed parmesan, but this will do. So I've got everything in the blender now. I had some trouble at the start getting it to actually blend. I found that I wasn't pushing it down hard enough. So once I did that, as you can see me really getting into it, it starts blending up quite nicely. So the takeaway from this is be aggressive with your blender. I was also surprised at how much olive oil went into the pesto. It was like 3 cups worth, but that Mediterranean diet, I've heard good things about it, so we'll see how she goes, and look how good that pesto sauce looks. Oh my goodness. You'll try a little bit.
It's very warm. That's actually really good pesto.
Okay, so the basil pesto is done. I used about 6 cups worth of leaves, and I've just topped it off with a bit of olive oil on top just to keep it fresh and help preserve it. So I'll take these out once they're frozen and put them in a little container, but hopefully these should last a few months.
Thank you very much, you amazing person, for clicking on the video. I'm going to start doing more cooking videos from food grown in the garden, because at the end of the day, we all garden to eat good organic food. And I don't know much about cooking, but it is a skill that I must get better at. So I hope you guys can follow along and learn with me and eat some amazing fresh food from the garden. Thanks, guys.